Hi there, I'm going to tell you about my first 14 months of value betting with RebelBetting. I've started out with a bankroll of 30,000 Swedish kroners, and just to make it easy, I'm gonna just divide that by 10 when I talk about the euro amount. That's not entirely correct, but it's close enough. So about 3,000 euros was my starting bankroll. And during these 14 months, I have made a really nice profit of 900 and I think it's 11% right now. And I'm up to a profit of 273,000 Swedish kroners. And as you can see here on the graphic, I have beaten my closing line value with about 60,000 Swedish kronor, so about 6,000 euros. And to start off my RebelBetting value betting journey, I had a really crazy start. This is not something that you can count on, but you can really hope for it. In my first month of value betting, I had a profit of 107,000 Swedish kroners. It's about 10,000 euros, and my closing line value was 41,000 Swedish kroners. So it's a crazy result, and as I said, it's nothing to count on, but you know, it helped me psychologically through my dips later on, because I was always dipping in the green. And for some of you, you will start losing and then win, but to have it this way, it was it made my first couple of months really comfortable. But after sunshine there will come rain, and I had a really tough time. I had 4 months between October 2023 and February of 24 where thousands and thousands of bets I was just hammering away, but the wins wouldn't come. I would win some, lose some, win some, lose some, and always lose a little bit more. So it might not seem that much to have negative numbers, like it's 1,400 Swedish kroners, 1.4k euros. But during that time, it felt like, okay, value betting, it doesn't work. I was not about to give up because I have seen the winnings earlier on, and I'm really thankful for that. If this would have been my first 4 months, I don't know if I would have endured. But things will turn around, because you have the math that usually the betting sites have on your side, not there. So the last couple of months have really picked up, and as you can see here, from like the 20th of March to now, I have gone about 10k euros plus. Suddenly things are just looking up again. That's variance for you. We can take a little closer look at my numbers here. I'm gonna look down at my screen. I have placed over 32,000 bets, and like, that's how you win. You place a lot of bets and you turn over a lot of cash. It's over 7 million Swedish kroners I have turned around right now. And as you can see, my yield is 3.87%. My expected yield is 3.09%, so I have beaten that with a fair amount. My ROI is 911%, and it's like, there's no shortcut to winning with value betting. Like, it's no shortcut for the betting sites to steal your money, because you always have minus odds against them. but not with value betting. You always have plus figures to bet on, so you will win. It's simple as that, but it's not like it won't come overnight, and you will have to fight for it. It's a grind. It might not be for everybody, but once you get a taste of it and you see that the math actually works, it becomes a lot easier. So my costs, I bet with RebelBetting Pro, and that's €199 a month, and these 14 months will have amounted to €2,800. Well worth it. It's like it's my starting bankroll one time, and I have double it 9 times, so well spent money. I have purchased it monthly, so I didn't get the 30% discount. Had I known that it would work so well, I would have, of course, bought the 1 year 30% discount version, and then I would have saved like €1,200 approximately, but still worth it. Before I started, I used the 14-day trial. I didn't use all the 14 days. I think I bought Pro of like 5 or 6 days because things were going very well for me, and I wanted even more and higher percentage bets. You could also use the starter pack for €99 a month, but I would recommend going all the way to Pro instantly because it's better. My main struggles have been initially time. It was quite time consuming before you learned all the sites and which sites took you all the way, so you just could place bets, or some sites you would have to find the bets and how the site structures work. But once you get the speed up, you just hammer away. You get the bets out really, really quick. The second one is limitations. Some sites limit really fast. Thankfully, Bet365, which is by far the best site, don't limit very quickly, so you can make a lot of money before you ask your brothers for their accounts, so you can burn them too. Variance dips. This is a maths game, and you will have dips, and during those 4-month stretches of you placing a lot of bets but don't get any profit for it, it's hard mentally, and you ask yourself if you really should do this, because it's like every night for half an hour or so and you get nothing, especially since the bulk of the bets are on the weekends. You start to question yourself, but then it turns around and you thank yourself for staying persistent with it. And during those dips you get fatigue. I have had a week here and there when I just didn't find the energy to open the site. It sounds stupid now, but you have days when you don't find the energy, and I guess that's okay, but the only way out of a dip is actually placing bets. So when you get back on the horse, you start winning again eventually. And the good times, the winnings, obviously, I have the luxury of winning. I tripled my investment in a month. That's not normal, I know, but I did, and that helped a lot, as I said, because my bad times was like, down 10, 20, 25% in 300%. That doesn't sting very much. But if you start losing, I can see how you could decide to opt out. But I think you really shouldn't choose a starting bankroll that you can't afford to ship in more money. You should have a larger amount than what you start with, so you can just like keep going, because the math will reward you. And also the speed factor, big help, because that limits the amount of time you actually spend betting, and after a while it goes really fast. And the variance boost, when you get like crazy percentual winnings, that there's nothing like it. It's some kind of runner's high, but bettor's high. I wouldn't call it betting, because it actually is investing, because you are betting on the percentages. You always have the percentage on your side, and it works. As simple as that. And my tips for a starter: just trust the process, build your speed, use all the bookies. Not maybe right away, but incorporate new bookies all the time, because there are way more bookies available for me in Sweden than I thought there was, and you will get limited, so you need all the bookies you can find. And focus on the weekends. You need to be active during the weekends, because there are so much more bets on the weekends. So be sure that you are in. So be sure that you are betting and turning around the money even more times during the weekends. It's super important. And as I said earlier, see it as investing. Don't see it as betting. Don't start looking at the bets as a sport team playing another sport team, and you don't really like, I don't think Sweden are gonna lose against Finland. Just place the bet, move on. And set a daily minimum, I mean of number of bets that you place, and set it quite low, so that it's easy for you to place a certain number of bets. I think the recommended number is like 30 bets a day or something. That's not hard at all. It takes a couple of minutes when you get the speed up. So set a daily minimum and hit it every day. And remember that the percentages is on your side. It's maths. That's how the bookies win every time, because they normally have the percentages on their side. My future: I have just made a couple of new accounts on sites that I haven't been before. I will not stop placing bets.